Welcome back! We've been talking about the first half of the song Bruce from the musical Matilda, and specifically the recent Netflix adaptation. In part 1, we talked about the effective music written by Tim Minchin, which is full of tension and character. A strong music foundation like this is able to make the choreography flourish, which is what choreographer Ellen Kane did with the stage version and with the film. In the film medium, she is able to retain some elements of the stage choreography while adapting it for film. The camera is the audience, so she was able to stage it with a ring of tables. The main focus and the camera is in the center and pointing outwards. The framing of the performers create a nice picture with one student sitting on the inside, 2 on the next row, and 6 on the outer tables, 3 on each side. This gives a total of 75 kids, up from the original 9 in the professional stage version. The odd number of tables on the inside gives some variation on framing the shot, with either 2 tables on both sides of the main characters or 1 directly behind. To add to the complexity and the suspense, the students only do any movements in choreography when Trunchbull is not looking. The performers, once again, are insanely fantastic. And just to get it out of the way, yes, I watched this song several dozen times. I'm obsessed with focusing on different elements and background characters. Of course, it's hard to not pay attention to Charlie Hudson Pryor playing Bruce and seeing his anguish, but definitely Emma Thompson, who can play Trunchbull with such hate with only the look in her eyes. In the beginning of the choreography, there's a wide range of moves going on.
Or even to Bruce, might have been nice, but even you, Bruce, have to admit, between you and him.
Oftentimes adding complexity like this ends up looking messy, but this particular choreography works magnificently because of how strict and quick the beats are and how precise the performers are themselves. But some other things that make this work is how the movements are short and simple, like these arm movements, or like these quick up and down movements, but also how the levels draw the eyes, and the symmetry which brings the chaos back to order. Watching all of these moving parts work in sync with each other is like looking at all the complex gears in a watch. One thing Ellen Kane does clearly is thinking with lines and shapes. Take a look at these examples. Of course, the sharp lines and shapes typically look great on stage and are effective at representing the order and the precedence that Trunchbull keeps. They additionally contrast the circular stage set. A quick critical observation. Over here I'm noticing a slight inconsistency in which you notice these boys jump at different times, probably due to unclear choreography instructions. I'm pretty sure that they were told that their choreography was 1, 2, 3, 4, jump, step, sit. After the jumping, the landing was not taken into consideration. On beat 5, are you meant to jump up or land by beat 5? The boys interpreted it differently. You can't jump and land on the same beat, so the correct step should have been 1, 2, 3, jump, land, step, sit. Regardless, shout out to these 2 performers because it isn't easy and probably a bit nerve-wracking to do these particular steps correctly. Also shout out to these 2 girls with the amazing cup choreography, although the one on the left does it a bit cleaner.
Might have been nice, but even you, Bruce.
And shout out to these 2 performers for this fantastic spin, step, sit, though the one on the left does it phenomenally clean. Also, such a dramatic and amazing facial expression. The facial expressions in this are so extra and I love it so much. Shout out to her for that. And shout out to this girl again for such extra facial reactions. Shout out to this amazing boy covering his ears with bowls. Shout out to these kids in the back with such nice hand choreography. Shout out to this boy trying to peek behind Trunchbull to get in the shot. My favorite part of this is the stand-sit choreography here, which mirrors the stand-sit choreography earlier. It seems simple enough, but have you ever tried to get 30 kids to sit down? Damn near impossible. And here these kids are doing it with picture-perfect accuracy. Shout out to this kid playing Eric, who has to rush to barely sit down on time. Anyways, it builds up to when the chorus drops, and the song really comes alive. I'll let it speak for itself, as it is a fantastic musical number. Congrats to the performers and the production team to make this movie and song come to life so well, especially Tim Minchin for writing music that has such range of character and suspense, and for Ellen Kane for building on top of that by adding the choreography. When both the music and choreography elements are strong with strong performers, a musical number is immediately so captivating and entertaining.